Well, howdy how. Well, I had like two names for this podcast. Divine. So forget it. We'll go for bloodless victory. Alright. So how's it going, guys? Good. It's your boy. Blah. I've been meaning to do this for like some time now. I kind of got fed up with it, and I did promise myself I was gonna do it today. But it's about 11 o'clock now. I'm in the bath, having a nice chill. I thought to myself, wait a second, you ain't done that yet, boy. So I thought, yeah, okay, might as well. Alright, it's just gonna be a here and there sort of thing. I haven't really like planned anything for this first one. It's just a sort of like play around, flirt, and you know, an introduction. So, what are we expecting from this, Billy? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I'm thinking, it's a bit of comedy, quotes and interpretations, book reviews, special guests. We got Kanye, David Bowie. Alright, I lied, I'm sorry. Okay, we'll have guests still. Any artists out there? Or whatever you want. Yeah, you got anything to promote? Like, get at me, bruh. Catch me. Oh, I ain't gotta say that. Jeez, I had it in my... Oh yeah, some like my old life experiences. And some sort of like encounters I have with people on a daily basis. Shall I share that one? Yeah, I'll share one of them later on. What I had today. Alright, I'm just gonna go straight into a few things. Yeah. Oh no. Another thing, relationship advice. I like that a lot. I like that. So Q&As, any like questions or live questions or relationship with Mrs. or boyfriend or even like parent relationships and stuff like that, or how to, like, it's just whatever you think. I'll be more than happy to give my opinion. But no, it's only my opinion. I don't know everything. I really don't. I'm wrong the majority of the time. But yeah, there's a bit of wisdom everywhere. Yeah, I'll start with that quote. There's one from Jimi Hendrix, and he said, well, that's not part of the quote, the part. He said, knowledge speaks and wisdom listens. And I was like, yeah, I like that. And I thought to myself, I don't feel like the majority of people actually listen these days though. And if they are, in bracket, listening, it's like one ear sort of listening. It's like, why is it one ear listening? Okay, so it's one ear listening because, say if you're talking to someone, and you're kind of scanning them whilst you're talking, I guess. So in a sense, that is a little bit one ear listening in itself also. But we're all hypocrites here. Okay, so say you're talking to someone and you notice that they're looking over your shoulder, or their connection, their collaboration of thought and words with you, the picture you both paint as you speak, completely like makes no sense. It'd be like, yeah, it's nice weather we're having today, isn't it? And then they'd say, yeah, my sister bought a new cat, and it's like, brr. You know, one of them. It's like, I feel it's like, or let's say, okay, so rewind. When I said that quote, knowledge speaks and wisdom listens. For the haters listening to this, yeah, they would say, like, one of their inner voices would say, oh, what, yeah, so Billy thinks he's got knowledge. Billy thinks he's talking knowledge then, yeah, does he? And to me, that's sort of like, that's the one ear listening. It prevents you from really hearing something that may actually be a big benefit and a saviour to your life. Now, I'm not saying the stuff I say is a saviour to people's lives, but I'm just trying my best to explain. And then that sort of, in a way, that comes under judgment. And what's the root source of judgment? Let me know, guys. I don't want this to just be me talking and you only listening. I would really like some interaction with like the comments on certain subjects to speak about. So, what do you guys or girls think? When people judge, is that down to insecurities? Or what is it? Why do I don't want to stereotype, I don't want to generalise people, but it feels like the majority judge because maybe it's harder to think. I don't feel like in this society we're brought up to be taught how to use our brains and how to think rather than how to take orders. Alright, so there's this guy. I normally see him like walking down the road every now and then. I put my thumb up to him and say, alright mate, and he's an African guy. His English is okay, but I don't think he understands fully unless he's doing that one ear thinking again. But I know I was doing it also. I think it's really, it's to do with like the growth sort of mindset or the self-development thing. I feel like it's very important for you to self-analyse and always like, always just like think, how could you have made that interaction better for both of you? And I feel like the problem with the most of us, all of us, even me of course, I'm not a human, that we have these unconscious like cognitive caves, if you like, that we're very scarce to come out of because that will bring us into other, that will have to break the hermit ideology of the cave that he's living in. It would have to break it so it's then he's not able to go back into that cognitive cave anymore. He has to go there and find another one, and it's exhausting because people have to think there. You have to see things how like other people see it. But it's like difficult because we're all sort of trapped in our own biases. It's like, okay, so I was listening to this lecture called like The Great Courses. It's on Audible. Effective communication skills. So I'm listening to it, and the guy's like talking about how we need to stop. He suggests that maybe instead of it being other people's faults when they don't hear or understand what we say, it might be ours. We always like point the finger outside of ourselves and say, this person doesn't get what I'm saying. But remember, when we point our finger at someone, 3 fingers point back at us. And I feel like it's good to just be really patient, because it can be really difficult, can't it? It's just like, it's almost as like the people just don't listen, or they want to intentionally, some of them, it feels like some of them just want to intentionally pee you off and get in your tits, like that. It's like they're not even listening to understand. It can be difficult, but I feel like we need to practice more and try to understand them first, and then to be understood second. So I guess we've got to bite our tongues more and just let them speak until possibly they run out of things to say, and maybe from that they get a sense of connection and honour and loyalty to your own words, because you've kept that mouth shut and had both your ears open and both listening, consciously listening. Maybe that would be more effective, actually. Okay, so I seen the guy today. I was listening to that course. So ironic. Listening to the effective communication skills. He says, like, I'm walking up to each other, and I like smile and I say hi and that, and yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking whilst talking, but thinking too much whilst talking. I don't need to. I'm just trying to filter out the parts, the useless information I don't need to give, but ironically still giving that useless information. But I don't know, that's just the inner critic. Alright, sure. Okay, what was I going to say? Okay, yeah. I think you spoke about my face tattoos. That's what I get. And he was asking about them. And I said, yeah, I did them in the mirror and stuff. And he was like saying, so is this what you do for a living and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, I do like tattoos. And he says like, so that's when he puts his basket on the floor and he gets ready to give me that lecture, that parent sort of lecture. Water. Right. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry. Let's call him Ted. No, Barry. Yeah, Barry. Alright then, so then Barry proceeds to put his shopping basket on the floor and then tell me what I'm meant to do with like the business, and tell me like I should have my own shop and stuff like that. And then so I'm already thinking to myself, okay, oh, pardon me, I'm already thinking to myself, okay then, so now we've just started connection and he's telling me what to do, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so how do I go about this? And bear in mind, I'm hungry. Come on, a man isn't thinking straight when he's hungry. That's why I'm in a store in it to get my food. So I'm hungry, and this guy likes to talk. Ooh, he talks for some time. So, okay, so that's how I try to approach it, with love. So, I said to him, I'll try my best to recall what I said. And it's really difficult as well, because I don't want it to be a bias, like, a filter from my side, because that's how it always is. There's their side, your side, and the truth is somewhere in between. I really want to keep it fair on both sides. Okay, so I got onto love or something like that, and then he mentioned Jesus and religion, and then I was thinking, oh no, don't like preach to me, please. And then he was like saying like Jesus is right here and stuff like that, and talking about love. Oh no, this is how I got it. Okay, so how I replied to him telling me what to do, I said, yeah, Barry, but like these days it's a bit different. Barry is say 40s, late 30s. So I'm talking to him saying, Barry, it's a bit different these days. Like, you see, because in my head I'm thinking, okay, so this is a judgment. This must be a judgment. I must be judging him now, because I'm thinking to myself like, okay, so Barry thinks going through the collective's way of life is the right way, and he must be thinking that because he's telling me how the so-called right way would be. By like, because he goes to uni, he told me. Okay, and I said, I don't really feel like there is a right or wrong way like that. I said to him, like, you see, Barry, when we grow up, yeah, with our mum and dad, we sort of idolise and look up to them as their gods, as if they're all knowing, they know everything. And then we go through life trading them authority spots for school teachers, college teachers, uni lecturers, policemen, government, and then we categorise ourselves and put ourselves in boxes under these overlords, if you must. And then we attach ourselves to these colours, these labels, these nationalities, and yeah, I must have been saying it wrong or something, because I don't feel like he got what I was saying, because like I said at the beginning of the podcast, when you say good morning and they say, yeah, my sister just got a new pet, it was that sort of thing. To me, conversation is like a good table tennis game. We make an effort to get that ball and tap it over into the other person's court, and then he does so back. We carry on playing like that. But sometimes you'd be tapping that ball into their court and they're playing Xbox and they hit it with a baseball bat and it's like, yo, what's going on here? It's like, huh? Okay, so then he got on to Jesus and love, because I was trying to say then, so is that love then? And then he says, yes, I believe in Jesus and stuff like that. And I said, okay, but like, yeah, no, this is where it come from then. Then I asked him, does he own a business? Because I don't know, like, come on. My ego must have stepped in place then, and I started to get a bit grouchy. I must have. Because like, he's sort of telling me how to live my life. This guy from Adams, some stranger, about a business, and he hasn't even owned a business himself or know anything about experience in it. But like, that programming, to me, this is a judgment, this is an opinion, a judgment, whatever you want to call it. To me, that his programming is sort of talking to me rather than him himself. And that in that program is talking to me saying, yeah, but I'm in uni and I'm getting a papers and master degree and all this. It's not a master's, but I'm just saying for talk. I'm getting this and that. And then I said to him, like, okay, would you say, if you say you had 10 years to live, would you spend 9 years planning and thinking what you're going to do for the 10 years and then live only 1 year through raw experience? Or would you live the 9 years through raw experience and then 1 year with, I lost the word, but like you say, you should know what I mean from that. But then he said, I see, because I think there's a language sort of barrier we're hitting here, because I still don't feel like he understood what I said, and or I might have been just trying to say it incorrectly. So he didn't understand that, so I said, okay then, let's try a different ping pong racket, if you get my drift. And I said, alright then, so do you believe in love or something like that? And he said, yeah, I believe in, no. I said, yeah, and he says, no, Jesus is all the love. And I said, no. I asked him, what are his morals then? What are his ethics? What are his like values? Because then my ego is telling me, this is after he said he wants to start up a business in doing people's finances or something like this. And oh yeah, and then I remember saying, so do you think people are gonna go to a man who has no experience in business to get advice from business from him? And that's when he said, yeah, because I have experience in uni and writing, all that sort of stuff. Okay, and then we went on to love, and I said, what are your morals? And he said, Jesus Christ. And I said, oh, okay. And then I said, just to not sort of cut yourself off and cause the division. Because when you say Jesus, a Muslim man will say no, it's Muhammad, and then a Jewish man will probably say no, it's David, or and so and so. And then I said to him, like, maybe you could try just saying love, because then no one can be like, unless they just want to cause arguments and they're sitting there for row, then they're gonna try with that. They're still gonna try give hate when you say love. But I just said to him, I kind of felt like some things were getting through to him, unless he's just a good actor. You never know with people. What was I saying? So yeah. So this is what I was trying to get to, because obviously my ego is still hurt from this man who has no experience in business trying to tell me how to do my business. That's just another part of it. He was asking, the reason why he was telling me to get my own base, and I will eventually, when I'm older, maybe, who knows. But I like it mobile, because it gives me opportunity to travel. And then that's why, because he was saying that's dangerous and there's fear and stuff like that. But I just said to him, like, I'm not afraid of like any human, or to die, or anything like that. I'm not afraid of that sort of thing. And then I moved on to the cup, the glass of water. And then I said, so like, the so-called realist and the optimist, or the person saying Jesus is this water, or the other man saying Muhammad is this water, or the other man saying this water is Zarathustra from Zarathustrianism. So whilst they all argue about the cup of water and whether it's half full or half empty, half Jesus, half love, half whatever you want, yeah, I'm the man who's the opportunist who goes over there and just drinks the water, and then I walk off onto the next one. And he replied to that with, so you're selfish. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's not, I don't feel like any of this is getting through to him. And I said, sometimes you have to be selfish to become selfless. And if you really need them, what I do is I take some of the water and I drink it, and then offer some of them, because I don't drink it all, I'll offer a little bit to the rest of them. And if they don't want to take it because they're too busy arguing over what like water it is, I'll just have it if they don't want it. Or better yet, I'll go give it to an animal or something like that, some bird. Okay, so then he said, that's very selfish. Okay, now I can't remember like the end of this, but I just, yeah, he was saying like, I don't know how like it was going on to all these other bloody subjects. The conversation was all over the place. And I did say a few times, like, I don't know where this conversation is going at the moment. And yeah, I just came, the last thing I said, like, because he was trying to say, please guys, like, let me know what you think about this subject, these things I talk about, because I need like another opinion on it. So he was trying to say, going back again, that the right way is to get like this education thing and then work and stuff like that. And I understand slightly where he's coming from, but instead of working hard, I'd much prefer to try work smart. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this one quote from Rockefeller, I think it was, or one of the Rothschilds, and it was saying something along the lines of a man who works all of his life has no time to make money, or something like that. And when I first read that, I had no idea what he was on about. But as I got older, sort of caught onto that, and I was like, ooh, that's quite deep. But then I finished it off by saying to him, this is another quote by, I'm sorry, if I remember the name I'll put it up on the screen. I said to him, an educated man is unfit to be a slave. And I said it twice or something like that. And he says, no, it's incorrect. And at that point, I was like, okay, what? Like, I don't think we're speaking the right language here. An educated man is unfit to be a slave. And then he was saying, no, that's not right and stuff. And then, sorry guys, well, I just laughed then. And I turned around and I just walked off. I was done. I've reached my like point, you know what I'm saying? It was funny, and it's just like, I turned around, I walked say 2 steps, and I thought to myself, you know what, I ain't gonna turn around. I'm just gonna keep walking. And I'm like, oh, bless him. He was like, where you going? It's like that, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm just kind of like, I'm trying my best, but I feel like there's a point I reach when I ain't even going to carry on trying, because like, this is taking up my time now, and time to me is very, 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 very precious and very important. And I'm here to like get some shopping. I've already give some love, because he was saying to me, Jesus Christ is here right now. And I said, yeah, love is here right now. Love is here within me, standing here to try listen and understand you, and vice versa. Oh yes, that brings me back to that part when he was telling me what to do with the business and stuff. And I was saying, okay, so I had to speak in his words, remember? So I said to him, so with Jesus Christ, tell me what to do. Tell me, like, I have to do this and I have to do that. Or would he want me to look within and find my own path and do my own thing? And he agreed with me. He said, like, yeah, he wouldn't tell you what to do and all that sort of stuff. So then I asked him again, like, so do you believe in Jesus Christ? Do you really believe in Jesus Christ? Because you're telling me that I should work this way, and you're telling me how to live my life and stuff like that, when if he did believe in Jesus, I'm pretty sure Jesus weren't saying how to live your life. He was like saying, look within. So if you are that love, you'd be the unconditional just understanding and to give and to just listen, rather than to order and inform. Inform maybe not right, but the right word. Order then. And it's very interesting. People are fascinating. People are so fascinating. And after I said to him, like, do you really believe in Jesus Christ? I'm looking into his eyes and I'm sort of scanning and analysing him. And then he starts, so to me, it seems in his head, to prove he does believe in that sort of thing, each to their own. I'm more of an observer than a religious man myself. So in his head, he must think that in order to prove to me or something that he believes in that, he starts speaking like tongues and stuff, and saying hallelujah and all of these prayers and prayer and that. And I'm thinking to myself, why, blimey, oi, bloody hell. I must have said to him like 2 times or something, like, you don't need to be talking in tongues to me, bud. Like, that's yeah, interesting though. Yeah, but shortly after that I walked off. Right. Well, what I'm going to do now is just going to look through some quotes. I have my iPad really, and just pick one at random. Alright, let's see what this says. When people walk away from you, let them go. Your destiny is never tied to anyone who leaves you. And it doesn't matter, and it doesn't mean they're bad people. It means their part in your story is over. Yeah, it's just over, bruh. It's okay. Just think about the good times and be grateful and thankful for what you had. Que sera, sera. Time heals all. What if you want it to heal a bit quicker? Just focus on yourself. Find your purpose. If you don't know what that purpose is, let me suggest self-development, meditation, exercise, breathing with the diaphragm, many things. There's so many like books out there you can learn and grow as a human. Like it's so many. There's lots of brilliant stuff out there. You just gotta look for it. Just go search for it and make sure you're doing it for you as well. Not because you want to get back at anyone, your ex, or you want to prove abusive parents wrong, or brothers or sisters, or maybe like that's what you need. Maybe that's like the jump starter to it. But personally for me, it might not work for you, but it worked for me. It was only until I started truly doing it for myself, then it became a more of a set in stone sort of way of life. Here's another one. Don't turn your past into your future. Yeah. You know what, maybe at some point I'll have to write like whose quotes these are, because they're not mine. Yeah, there's no one. Never waste your feelings on people who don't value you. Yeah, it's quite interesting that, because you see, like in relationships or the woman and man sort of scenario, it's interesting to see the behaviours of them, how like certain women will go for like the bad boys, or the man who like sort of treats them like rubbish and plays on their insecurities. It's always like, it's always baffled me. You know what, it may be the confidence of the bad boy that sort of taps into their unconscious sort of traits of like through generations of ancestral heritage and beliefs of, I don't know, I'm just trying to sound smart. Oh. Silence says a lot more than you think. I like that quote. It's so true. If you want to like get to know a person a bit more, and you're already a calm, collective sort of introverted individual, you may have a bonus there, and it might make people feel more comfortable and calm around you. And it's amazing what people reveal if you just listen. Astonishing. Very, very bizarre. You just remain silent and yeah, you'll be surprised. Alright. When someone judges you, it isn't actually about you. It's about them and their own insecurities, limitations and needs. I used to like really care so much, too much, what like people thought of me, and how they were judging me, or how they would like say things behind my back to other people and try like bad mouth my name, stuff like that. But you know, these days I don't give a shit, and I really feel like it's the best way to be, because I ain't got time for that. But back when I used to have time for that, the stress and the anxiety and the anger and the chaos and carnage was unreal. It was silly. So silly. Ridiculous. Especially with these very toxic individuals, like, I remember when I was younger, teenager, early teens, I used to hang around like the wrong sort of crowds, and there's this one family that was always drama, always negative and always violent, and you know, just gang stuff. And because they're experiencing that in their own reality, what they want to do is misery loves company sort of thing. So they want to try to bring other people into their own misery, because that's all they know and been brought up in and live by. And that's sad in a way, because I feel like a lot of it's unconscious. But say I'd be 12, 13, 14, playing my Xbox, having a good day, brilliant day, probably on Sims or something, just had 2 kids, wife's looking fresh, got a good job, haircut, nice clothes, got a promotion, get a ring on the phone, owe me money, blah blah blah, this and that and that and that, and I'm gonna like stab you when I see you and knock you out and get a finger down here and la 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 la. And because like, I was young, I always thought I was feet out, shook. I was like, why me, and blah 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 blah. And I'd go around the house shouting and arguing with them, my own family, and mad, punching doors and all this sort of stuff. It's crazy. It's like a domino effect. Whatever passes multiplies. It's a completely different person now. It's amazing to look back at things like that, you know. And slightly, very embarrassing. Not even slightly, like embarrassing to even act like that around younger sibling, and like, but that's like all we known as like kids growing up. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's how it needs to go, innit? Maybe we need experiencing losing our head, and so then we can get a grasp of the centering of it more. But it was just very bizarre. I always thought like, now this person has made me angry and stuff like that, and made me upset and me sad. So then I'd go and blame it on someone else, and then my mum would suffer for it, or brother, or you know, anything like that. But at some point I came to a realisation where like, it's not them, it's me. And now that's really hard for some people still to take at 30 odd year old. Very hard. Because what we do is we unconsciously allow that person to annoy us. No one in the world, or nothing in the world, has the power to annoy us but ourselves. We, in that split second, are unaware that we accept this so-called gift of anxiety and carnage and anger, and then we open it up, and as we open it, the actions of more sorrow arise, and then we give upon that to other family loved people in our life. Just remember, like, when these people are giving gifts, so-called gifts, you don't have to accept them. Remember, just take a deep breath and think love, because what does love do? Love thinks in understanding. So then you gotta say to yourself, remember, it's hard to think, but you've got to think more. You gotta think, okay, so why is this person treating me like this now? Did their mum just beat them up? Or have they just experienced something not nice? That comes under the mum, isn't it? You know, or just anything like that. You can use your own imagination, and that's what normally happens. They get hit or beat by an older person, then they try to do the same onto another person, because then it makes them feel like they have control again, because they've had their own control taken over. They then wish to do that to someone else to fill the void inside themselves. That's why a lot of people try to control you and give you these toxic energies, because they're trying to fill a void of the absence of their own controsity, is that a word? In their own inner self. That's what trying to do there. Right, here's more. Do that again. Being humble is not much more important than being wise, because love doesn't need a proud mouth that speaks much, but a kind heart that listens. Yeah, I hear that. And here I am speaking for like 4 or 5 minutes. No, but yeah, it's just, it can be difficult sometimes to remember to remain humble. As we get every day, you know how like knowledge is supposedly meant to be power and wisdom is gaining understanding, but does knowledge corrupt? Surely it doesn't corrupt, because it's only in how you use that knowledge. Now, it can give you more awareness of how to corrupt knowledge, but yeah, knowledge isn't corruption, it's still your priorities and ethics of how you use that knowledge. Okay, let's go back to this. Being humble is much more important than being wise. Okay, so yeah, I was doing a podcast the other day with my friend TK, and he's telling me about this thing, and I'm listening to him, and it's real nice, you know. I love hearing people talk about stuff they're passionate about, and when they're excited in their voice and stuff like that. So I love that. Gives me energy. Like, I like that energy. And then my ego came up, and it was like, yeah, I know what he's about to say here. I already know this. I'm gonna impress him, and I'm gonna impress like the listeners, because I already know what he's gonna say. And then he said to me, "Oh, do you know what this means?" And then I said, "Yeah, it means so and so." But then, like I say, and about an hour or 2 hours after, or maybe even the next day, I thought to myself, Billy, what the bruh? Because like, he was really into the conversation and talking about like his lectures and stuff like that, and I thought to myself, yeah, I really like that. But then I didn't interrupt, but I took his I didn't let a man say face in a sense, because, so yeah, it's just maybe that's where a white lie is okay to say, like, no, what does it mean? So then it can enable the person to still feel, you know, listened to, because I feel like it's very rare these days to have someone who can actually like listen and like talk to. Courage, above all things, is the first quality of a warrior. Yeah. 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 You will have courage. Be like Courage the Cowardly Dog, shows in the things he did for love. I like Courage. Courage is a nice name as well. I like that name. If you want to shine like the sun, first you must burn like it. If you feel like you're going through a rough time and everything, all you're doing is burning like the sun. Eventually you'll come through and you're gonna shine. Aight, thanks for listening, guys. I'm gonna stop it there. This has been Bloodless Victory, your host, Billy. Thanks for listening. I'm looking forward to making more and to hopefully getting some interactions back from you. Yeah? Oh god. Alright, peace out. Much love.